brought up beats, so I think that's a natural transition point. I know you, one of the big campaigns that you worked on, maybe something that you might attribute to being one of your biggest campaigns, was the Straight Outta Compton campaign in 2016. And I know that I guess one of the goals of a marketer is to have a campaign, a meme, something that can be recycled and regurgitated online and in the channels on different social medias. So, is that something that you actively go for to get those campaigns that create organic reach, by themselves, or is that just like, does that happen?
So there was an era in advertising right around that time, a little before that, where everyone would say, we need a viral campaign. I hate that expression. You don't set out to make viral is a result. Viral is not a strategy. And it just felt like everyone was trying so hard to like make viral things, that really started in like 2010, 11, around there. Like when Nike started doing like the crossbar thing with Ronaldinho and, and stuff was going viral and everyone was like, we need that, you earn media. You don't have to spend a dime ever again, all this shit. And, for us, it was much more like we're good on time, by the way. That canceled. It was much more of it's never that's never been the desired outcome, like what we did was that's probably one of my favorite pieces of work. And there's a lot of people that contributed to that, including a guy named John Solomon, who never gets mentioned, who was my head of digital, thank you, John.
Shout out, John.
And, it was, it was a project where it was kind of secondary, right? It was a film. It wasn't our thing, but we knew, and Jimmy and Luke, they said like, Dre's success is our success. If the more people see this film, the more they're going to understand our story and the more credible we are as a headphone company. So support this and let's make sure this is cool. Cool, got it. And we were like, all right, well, we worked with Universal and we loved them and it was like family. Yeah? So we grabbed these like young guys in the company and we were like, go work on this. Like we'll give you a week, go work on it. And they like took over the conference room and they just like stuff everywhere. And we came in and had a creative review, and what they originally had was the whole world comes to Compton. So they wanted everyone to come to Compton and show Compton that the world like had them. The world was like down with Compton and understands what's happening in Compton. It's like everybody's down for Compton. And we looked at it and it just felt forced, and a little like pandering a little bit, But what we then thought of was like, well, no, it's actually the opposite of that, right? It's like, we're all from somewhere, and the second that you finally like take pride in that, like even myself, like, I went to like this like very white high school and I'm like running Beats by Dre. Like I own that shit, I don't care, and is when you own your past and when you like step into it, it becomes power. Yeah. And that was what we were like, this is incredible. And then, capturing that insight was the most important thing. And then, shout out John, it was like, what's the simplest mechanism we could possibly come up with that's just going to let people express themselves, Because otherwise, like, who cares? Like, I'm not going to download some shit. I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. But it was like, just type a word, like type a word, pick a filter, go. And then the last part of that was how we created the waterfall effect, which was the trick of how we did all the production.
Yeah. That's great. You still like, I don't know, you go to any beach, Jersey Shore, you walk down the boardwalk, you see it in the shops.
I always take a picture and I always send it to those three guys. Yeah. I tell them all the time, like, guys, you made something that will probably go forever. And, to be 25, 26, 27, wherever they were, like, that was dope. And I hope they always take pride in that. I've taken pictures in Hawaii, Singapore, Shanghai, all over.
It's global.
I just take a picture and just text it to them. Like, this is your work.